Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the conclusion of Unit 5, Data and Society. We finished this unit off with Lesson 15, Making a Recommendation. This is the final project, and it does involve a lot of work and a lot of thought, so you have to really get your thinking caps on and think about how you want to handle this. We're going to go over the different activity guides and everything else that needs to go along with the final project. First of all, the overview. To conclude this unit, you'll design ways to use data to make recommendations or predictions to help solve a problem. In the first several steps, you're going to brainstorm problems, perform simple research, and define a problem of your choosing. Then you'll decide what kind of data you want to collect, how it could be collected, and how it can be used before exchanging feedback and giving a final presentation. All right, so what we're going to start off doing is we're going to take everything that we've learned in the last 14 lessons and combine it into one. And we start off with an activity guide. Our activity guide consists of, and make sure you do get the activity guide, the peer review, the reflection sheet, and the rubric from your instructor, because you will need all 4 of these pages. I say 4 pages, they're 4 packets. The activity guide consists of about 4 or 5 pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this, though. I'll walk you through the activity guide to start with, then we'll go into the rubric and then the peer review and the reflection. All right, so let's start off with the peer review. The activity guide. The activity guide looks like this, and it consists of project guide, solve a data problem. Okay, in this, you've seen how data is used to solve all kinds of problems. Now it's your turn to use the data to help someone. In this project, you will use data to make a recommendation to a classmate. You're supposed to work with a partner, but in this case, we're not able to work with a partner because you are doing this on your own. Okay? You're going to define a problem that can be addressed by a recommendation. Identify the data you need to create a survey to collect it. Interpret the data to find relationships between survey answers. Create an algorithm to make a prediction based on data. Test your algorithm and then present your work. You're going to present your work to me, and I'll take a look at it when you are done, because I assume that you're doing the video to catch up on work that you've done in the past or that you may have missed, or you're trying to get ahead. So either way, it'll come back to me or Mr. Chadwick. Present your work to your classroom. Okay, that'll be me. You will submit the completed project guide, which is this paper. You completed the peer review, and then also the reflections. So starting off, before you start your project, you must first look at examples of recommendations app online. What choice does the app help the user make? Okay, so what you want to do, for instance, and I'm going to use this one as an example because I think we use this in lesson 14. First of all, what choice does the app help the user make? Okay, we're going to go back and look at the vacation portion of it. In that app, we had, where would you like to go on vacation? And our choices were big city, amusement park, national park, or the beach. So those would be somewhat like what you're looking for. What choices does this app help the user make? Okay. What data does it use to make the recommendations? What data are you going to use? You're going to use survey questions. Okay. What are your survey questions going to consist of? How do you think creators of the app decided an algorithm that they used to make their choice? How did they come up with the questions? How did they come up with creating questions that would lead them to your final decisions? Okay, how did they come up with that? Are they off the wall questions? They could be. They could be off the wall questions that you wouldn't normally relate to. Like, for instance, what's your superpower? What does superpower have to do with going to the beach? But when you combine all 3 answers together to make a recommendation, you're going to find that it tells a little bit about the person you're interviewing or you're surveying. So, okay, project steps. Define the problem. Okay, remember how we went define, prepare, try, and reflect? Well, we're defining the problem first. What will be your recommendation? Okay, what will be your recommendation? What 4 possibilities should you choose? Okay, I chose, I want to recommend a vacation spot. And what possible recommendations would you choose? Beach, national park, big city, and amusement park. Now, I'm using those because we've already touched on those. I don't want you to copy this, though. I don't want you to use the same ones. I want you to use your own. Okay, decide what data you need. In this sample app, the recommendation used data about a user's food, superpower, animal preference to decide what to recommend. What would be yours? What are your questions going to be? What would you like to know? I mean, like I said, they took food. Food's a popular one. Food's always a good one to go with. Superpower, you can use that. Animal's always a good one too. So you can ask those questions, or you can come up with your own. The answer you'd like to have and the question. Okay, possible answers for your question. Okay, possible questions, possible answers. All right. Create your survey. Okay, so now you're going to create your survey. Look at the kind of data you've decided you need to collect. Use them to create survey questions. Okay, so my survey question might be, what's your favorite animal? And I might put in cat, dog, moose, and raccoon, or something like that. Okay, then your next question, you can use the superpower one, teleport, flight, invisibility, and speed, or something like that. Okay, third question might be, what's your favorite food? Pizza, cake, ice cream, and hot dogs. I mean, those are just questions that you're coming up with to answer, to to help you survey your group for your data collection. Then your preference survey. What's your preference survey? To figure out how these answers relate to the recommendation you want to make, you'll have also need to make a preference question. What's your preference question going to be? Would you like to go to the beach, amusement park, national park, or big city? Okay, that's your preference questions. All right. So then we collect all of these. Okay. We're going into right now collecting our data. So here we survey and we ask our questions. The first one might be, what's your favorite animal? What's your superpower? And what's your favorite food? Then your preference question, you're going to ask them where they'd like to go. Okay. So then you do 20. Well, this one has 30 people, but a good survey gets between 20 to 25 at least for what we're looking for. We don't have the classroom to do it in, so see what you can do. Call people up, talk to your parents, talk to relatives, see what you can get from them. Okay, interpreting your data. Remember how we interpreted our data? We took our survey and we cross-tabulated. Here we cross-tabulating what we're doing. Taking what we've done in our survey and cross-tabulating. Remember, we had this one to this one, this one to this one, and then this one to this one. Okay, so you're cross-tabulating, coming up with scores, your points. Okay, so put your points in here. And if you need to go back and look at lesson 14, that's where we did the or 13 for cross-tabulation. Go back and take a look at that. What relationships could you help make a rule? Okay, what's going on? Remember how a person that likes snakes didn't like the big city or something like that. So you're going to draw some conclusions based on that. So write your conclusions down. That'll kind of help you understand your relationships a little bit. And then you're going in and you're going to define your algorithm. Okay, defining your algorithm. Okay, so here we put in 2.1 points. So question, the answers, and who got 2 points, who got 1 point. All right, what we mean was in our cross-tabulation, who got the most points here? When you were doing a cross-tabulation, one of these got more points in this line than it did in this line. So you're going to put in your 2 points, 1 point, winner, loser type thing. So you're only using 2 of them. You don't have to. Remember, if there's a tie, you can put the same amount of points in. It's up to you. All right. So we finished that up. And then we go to our actual algorithm. You're trying out your algorithm now. Testing your algorithm by trying to make recommendations for 3 classmates who did not take your original survey. That's going to be kind of hard. So just get anybody again. So you're kind of doing it again. Have them make a little different recommendation than I did the first time. Okay, you can ask them 3 questions. recommendations, recommendations, what were their answers? Um, Put the points in, what they got for points down here. Okay, the recommendations here, points here. Um, and then you'll add up the points, see who got the most points, which one did. The beach, the big city, amusement park, and so on. Points are added up down here. Let's say big city got the points down here, so I would recommend to this person, you go to the big city for your vacation. And that's how that works with this final assessment of Unit 15. Now, if you need help with anything, remember, go back and look at the past units and it'll kind of give you an idea or past lessons on how to fill it out. If you have any questions on it, come see me or send me an email, and I will shoot you some information about how to collect any of this information if you do not understand it. All right? So that's a conclusion of Unit 15, Data and Society, and we are solving a data problem. So if you want to take that and finish it up and then come to me and I'll let you present it to me, and that'll be your grade for this particular lesson, this particular unit. So good luck and have a good time with it. And when you finish, come see me and we'll talk to you later on. Thank you.